What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are Traditional Fans with Opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. One Piece, Season 22, Episode 14. So in this episode, Luffy, Zoro, Nami come and one giant with them come across Scopper Gabon, who's called Yasun. Basically, you know, he's the human whose kid is part giant. Yeah. Um. So basically, like a lot of this is focused on him. So like during that um and he tells them that like for humans that basically don't marry a giant because if you're human you'll go old. Because Colin's 20, Ripley, his wife's 80, but they still look very young. You know, basically surveillance. So at the banquet, the other it's your story about Gabon how when Roger was recovering was like returned from an illness, like he fought a bunch of enemies and wrecked those pirates and the force and earned the nickname like Mountain Eater. And so like then Gabon agrees to help Luffy find the key to Loki, so and he finds it, holds it, and that leads to like the next episode. And we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, that was a good episode. Like how they're saying Gabon like has like an ally. Cause obviously he knows. I don't know how much he does know. Cause I don't know how much the Roger Pirates did actually learn on Laugh-Tale. Cause I don't think they knew everything. Or at least they didn't want to tell everything. Cause in the manga, Gabon may not have known who Emu was. Well, who knows? Yeah, I thought it was a good episode. Looking forward to the next one. One Piece, Chapter 1188. So in this chapter, so Emu remembers when he first met Joy Boy. Like, and he tells Luffy that Joy Boy has been dead for a while. So he asks why Luffy reminds him of that time. And Luffy basically like, how should I know? So then they continue their fight. And like, yeah. So like, Luffy tries to dodge, and while he's stretching his head, he punches his head to the ground. And it's like his head's on fire from the explosion. So Emu creates like a sword with a pole axe, tries to attack, and then like Luffy uses a gum jet gatling to hit all these like evil bomb things or whatever. And he does a gum genie thing. And then Luffy says that he saw Emu fight Loki. He says won't let Loki's death be in vain. And Loki's like, I'm alive. I'm still alive, you moron. And Luffy's like, oh, you're still alive. Then Ragnar gets in front of Loki to keep him from getting hit. So, and yeah, Jinbei and Luffy asks Jinbei to make sure Loki's protected. And then basically Nami, Usopp, and Brooksy, and they're wondering who Ibu is. And then Brooks says the only people higher than the God Knight, as far as they're aware of, is the five elders. So Usopp thinks maybe it's the God Knight's commander. And Brooks says there's no group shrouded in more mystery than the world government. And then so goes almost out of the ice. And then they're trying to figure out what to do with the frozen person. Then they're like, well, then they remark when Robin and Luffy were frozen. Then Imu notices that Luffy can break the ice, and he notices that a man with an afro calling Kunko Princess Shuri. And he wonders if it's so Luffy attacks Imu. Yeah. So Imu does this attack called Stigma on Luffy. Luffy runs, and then Imu makes a sword called Blade of Nothingness. Fohu. Then sucks the life out of the trees or whatever. And then Imu stabs Luffy, saying he knows he's not Joy Boy, because Joy Boy was not this weak. And that's the end of the chapter. So yeah, crap's going down. Yeah, I like this chapter. I don't think this arc's going on much longer. Yeah, I don't think there's too many chapters left. We'll see what happens, but yeah, that was a good chapter. Looking forward to the next one. Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi, chapter 100. So in this chapter, Kiyoshi and all his friends arrive at his grandmother's place when they go to get the forbidden holy relic weapon. And so they first walk through the forest of confusion that basically which can escape. And so basically he mentioned he almost died when he was left alone there for a month. Basically his grandmother was very hard on him, trained him very hard. But Kiyoshi been there a lot. Everyone still gets lost. So the force opens and his grandmother does an attack on Kiyoshi. Kiyoshi blocks it and counterattacks. And then his grandmother says, that looks like he's doing well. So his grandmother's name is Misoki Harai. So yeah. And then everyone tries to introduce themselves, but Misoki basically knows everyone's names and shown that even though she doesn't seem like it, because she does care a lot about Kiyoshi and keeps up with what's gone on. And then so Kiyoshi says she's gonna get up because he needs the forbidden holy relic weapon. And Misoki claims to have thrown it out. And then Misoki says, it shortens your life, but even without it, she's strong. Then Rurouni never used the forbidden holy relic weapon. And then basically everyone spends the night. Since they've all already got there. So yeah. And then basically so you have the director or whatever calls Michi says you know tells basically that, she can't hold on to the relic forever. It's called Solomon's Ring. And that, if she gives it to him, he'll pass on the burden to face the demon lord that killed Kiyoshi's parents, Rishihara. So that seems to be the next demon lord. So it's like we're about to get to the final arc. Yeah, I thought it was a good chapter. Like how they're setting up this next fight. Looking forward to the next one. Ichi the Witch, chapter 90. So in this chapter, Destroyerz is talking to all her magics and talking about how she beat Minakata and so it's funny she talks to him, you know, she comes across Hitsuki and then she tries to ask Hitsuki about the world hater Fujime Mine, and then so yeah, and it turns out there's a lot of magics that are trapped there, and so basically he's trapped there like these are all magics that she won't use but is acquired. And she says she looks down forward to the day to an Ichi defeats the world hair magic. And yeah. And then Amaduro is asking for permission to be deployed. I guess to make up my guess is to make up for being mind controlled by Fujimine. So we'll see how that happens. But yeah, that was a good chapter. It's like they're setting up Amaduro for something, and Destroyerz is doing all her stuff. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that was a good chapter. Looking forward to the next one. Under Doctor, chapter 24. So in this chapter, so Ichi and Shuli, they perform surgery in this cabin, whatever. Basically, a journalist who found evidence in some organization was targeted and had chronic illness and while hiding out in the mountain, basically called the Underdoctor for help. And so, yeah, so they do the surgery. And then some assassins arrive. Shuli beats him up. Basically, the Hawkins 6. Yeah. So then they try to fight him, but they're able to defeat him, but um, Ichi gets shot trying to keep the patients from getting hit. So he helps guide Shuli through the surgery. Ichi was able to get one bullet out himself, but the other one he can't reach, so he needs Shuli to get it. Now Shuli stitches up the first bullet hole. Second one since Ichi can't get it, Shuli has to reach it. Who guides Shuli through the whole process. So Shuli's concerned about having to do surgery on Ichi. So we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, that was a good chapter. Looking forward to the next one. Miato's Magic, chapter 23. So in this chapter, so Sasuke surrenders, basically makes peace with Terasu and Kinato. And then so Kinato and Jian how Jian's real to have won the Lunar Fighting Festival, and Kyoto and Jian leave. Now Terusu basically says she wants to marry Kyoto and kisses him on the cheek. And she asks for when Kyoto becomes a good adventure to return to her. Kyoto says he'll see her again, but yeah. So then Kyoto and Jian return to Awesome. And then yeah. And so then everyone arrives. Basically everyone's either gotten stronger or whatever. So everyone starts yeah. Basically they all do security at some party while Jian has to do a bunch of reports. So in there's some people in a song that looks like they're eating and looks like they're ready to like kill and destroy whatever. Looks like they're this next arc's villains. See how that all happens. But yeah, I thought it was a good chapter. I thought they closed out this arc, setting up the next one. Looking forward to the next chapter. Digimon Beatbreak, episodes 37 through 38. So in these episodes, so Mephispawn like absorbs Miyaru, and like so, Glowing Dawn and tries to fight Mephispawn. It's real that Mephispawn isn't doing the wishes of Mihiru's sister, but is just corrupting Mihiru's grief. So, but going on Tomura was able to reach out to Mihiru. Then, basically, so Mihiru apologized, but Fistpawn's malice is able to be broken, and Lunar Lamon's able to destroy him. So that ends the gift arc. So with that, then it's doing the Fallout. So Chairman Wong sends like there's something about the Shangri-La project. So basically, yeah. So he sends like he wants Rose to find the white core, which was with Mephispawn. And so it's revealed that Kishiwada was using Mihiru, and he was trying to distribute the power of the white core. And so Kishiwada facilitates release of Soji, who's like a former member of the Five Stars who was believed to be dead. So, and Leelamon's taken over by Soji, and then like Leelamon, all the hearts froze. Down Glowing Dawn's preparing a birthday party for well, not a birthday party, but like a celebration for like a birthday celebration for Kyo. So their celebration, Kyo goes to like some graves. There's like a flashback with someone that resembles Tomoro and Asuka's grandfather. And Soji confronts him. What happens? Rose's subordinates confront Reiko, saying that basically that Kyo has a bounty basically he was framed for the attacking on Rose. So yeah, because holy crap. Yeah, it looks like we're getting to the final stretch of this series. See what's going on. Yeah. I mean, I think we're about to get some big confrontation against Chairman Wong. So obviously, I don't think he's good. And I think, yeah, we're about to get some really good stuff. I think. These were good episodes. Looking forward to the next one. Roku's House of Oddities, Chapter 14. So in this chapter, so Akari's group does the does a trivia thing about the occult, and they go against some big time occult YouTubers called the Malediction Boys. So Awkward's group has really struggles. Basically they don't understand how the public sees versus and all that. And then they prove it becomes a dead heat, point where the last question will determine the winner. And basically it's about what the yo the Moonlit Tales of Ubu Bunji. And basically it's about what the curses are. And Nakari answers all of them. And so the team's able to win. I was like someone who's observing says that things have like taken this interesting turn. And Akari gets a picture with everyone. And Akari's grandmother likes the picture. So it's like there's based on whoever's looking at him through a tree with an interesting tattoo or birthmark with her. It'd be an interesting character. But yeah, I thought it was a good chapter. Looking forward to the next one. That's to be Hero Destroyerz, Chapter 12. So in this chapter, so Mogura is leading exercise for the anti-hero task force. And so you have, strict like wake-up calls, exercise. And so he's putting them through all that. Like everyone, even Falaris. So it's funny to see how he interacts with all the students. And like, so, yeah. But so everyone's trying to get better using their abilities. And he teaches them everything like ancient literature, econ, and art and all the stuff. Yeah. So then, it's interesting. Like you see, like so the class president, like she and her brother, like they basically play hooky and talk about how the brother's taking up a sword. And so, yeah, they talk about everything's going on. Guess their life on back on Earth, and it looks like they're setting a lot of stuff up. And so you have, you know, and so funny Akuma, like it's very particular about like toilets and all that. It's just so funny. And then Mogura suggests that it's time to go to the dungeon to do a hero hunt. So we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, I thought it was a good chapter. Like how they're building up all these characters. They're doing all these powers. Everyone's getting better. We'll see how the hero hunt goes. So yeah, I like this chapter. Looking forward to the next one. Hal Formula Chapter 5. So in this chapter, Suzukaze is trying to practice to figure out how to, basically compare Howling to control the steering wheel to help him speed on. The manager's circuit arrives and observes with Haruka. And so Suzukaze is like having a potato chip on his palm. How he does it, of course, that if it breaks, it means he was gripping it too hard. But if not, it means he's doing it right. So he's trying to practice. Then, yeah. So he starts getting better. And, yeah. So eventually he's able to, figure it out. And then, yeah, the manager's thinking that Suzukaze's one he thought would actually go pro. And that Suzukaze actually set the course record. On that. So then, the day of, Autopolis Oida's arrived. So the big race is about to happen. I don't know if it means that this series is about to get the axe really quickly, or if there's supposed to be more after what happens with this race. I don't know. Yeah, that was a good chapter. Looking forward to the next one. Beginning Master Chapter 4. So in this chapter, Bara and they arrive at the Central Citadel for the mission. And so Barat's revealed to be in as commander. So they arrive, they meet up. Rod's old friend Reho, who's like a captain. So then they arrive so they meet Godel, whose uncle who had recommended Barat. Basically, he's the one. Godel's the one leading the mission. And then, yeah, so the team, they all prepare for the fight. And then, yeah. And then, basically, so, yeah, this one guy arrives who's very cocky, has a problem with Barat being squad leader. And basically, guy introduces himself as Ruga. And then Barat recommends a competition, see if he wins. Ruga will accept him as squad commander. And Ruga says he'll accept on condition that if he wins, Ruga is thrown out because he's a trainee. And then Rod says he'll add another condition that if he wins, Ru will replace Ruga. Then, and Rod says he won't stand for anyone calling his apprentice useless. So Barat and Ruga prepare to compete or whatever. see what happens. But yeah, that was a good chapter. They're introducing the team members, setting up the fight. We'll see how that goes. So I like this chapter. Looking forward to the next one. Rick and Morty, Season 9, Episode 8. So in this episode, Rick's trying to make his own liquor, and Morty tries asking for something. Actually causes the whole distillery to get destroyed. And Rick basically tells him that it better be important if he basically if Morty was there would also to destroy his liquor. Basically Morty was wanting Rick to drive him to get some Pokemon cards. That didn't go well with Rick. So Morty gets Rick like a basically mocks Morty. Calls like piece of crap, whatever. And basically says all Morty is bait for fish and all he has now is a worm. So Morty gets pissed, goes to his room. Rick sends Summer to like Summer and Jerry to get like all the stuff for the for his distillery. And then yeah. So what then happened? So Rick then when he needs to get a potato whatever, he puts some empathy alien parasite inside Morty, and Morty agrees to go with him to do some alien dancing with the stars. Get the potato, they win, and then after that, and then Morty likes having the parasite, so he puts it back in him later, and starts empathizing with people, and like then he tries with Rick. They go to a mall. Rick notices that he's had it too long. So when he takes the parasite out, Alien starts wrecking the mall and whatever. But they're able to deal with it and get back. Morty's empathy is just drained out. Now Summer and Jerry, all the Home Depots are missing drums, so they see someone hogging all these drums. And it's supposed to be a serial killer, so they fall. So Jerry pretends to be a serial killer, and the guy invites him to his house, to where like he can get some change to buy like the drums, or whatever. While Summer tries to save the girl and steal the drums. Now, when when Jerry explains how he trying to keep up the cover story, he gives some really twisted things that he says that he does to his victims. So the actual killer gets scared and calls the cops. And when Jerry realizes he's not a serial killer, the guy tries to kill Jerry. And yeah. So then like and after that, so like so Rick and Morty arrive. Morty talks the circulars to like stand down, walk outside, but he's shot by the cops. Jerry gets everyone gets back. The Smiths like return to the house. Like so Morty's like kind of okay with having no empathy now. So yeah. And that's it. I did not like this episode. That was freaking stupid. Like I thought it was dumb. Like literally it's a stupid show. Stupid episode. Like I didn't like this episode. I'll watch the next one. left until martial law is declared. You know, basically the Night Prince, since he's still alive, so you know he's still eligible. So you know, there's someone wondering what's the deal with if it was Hawkenberg's ability. So everyone's wondering what's going on. So then have and then like one prince is like basically he's sick. He's been infected with something between TSK-17 exposure. So Prince confronts him, tries to get Basamago or Hawkenberg, which I forget what happens. So he concludes that his mother chose brother over him. So he confronts Furikov and asks why he did it. Furikov says he did it to bully TSK-17 to infect him, and he explains what happened. So, yeah. Basically that he was threatened by the Queen to do it. And that death by curse would eradicate the guardian spirit beast ability. Yeah. And basically, so for Gobson, the Queen asked for use GSK-17 on Prince Benjamin. And so, yeah. Then the prince says, basically says he was trying to do it to help the prince. So the prince agrees. So Sarennik and Hoggenberg, they conclude it's still a biological weapon. Then they use it. Then the prince says he's going to declare martial law. So then, yeah. Basically, yeah. So they had possibly having Hawking rule the world as one nation. So, yeah. Basically, it's like he's preparing to yeah. So, yeah, so it's going down. Like Gagarin, yeah. Basically, so, yeah, so Benjamin, looks like he's planning to, basically take over. He's preparing to go after everyone. So there's 15 minutes until martial law is declared. Basically. And so he wants to, looks like he's ready to, just run scene. I think he's ready to just kill everyone and be done with it. So finally let's just get this freaking inheritance thing over with. Like, really, I want it over with. Just finish it already. get to the continent. But yeah, overall, that was a decent chapter. Looking forward to the next one. Let's go, Kaikigumi, episode 2. So in this episode, Meichoko shows protagonist first doll that freaks him out, and basically, so Meichoko gets obsessed over her looks. She keeps asking protagonist if she's pleasing. First, he doesn't know what it means, what she's talking about. So she like beats him up for being rude, in her opinion. Then she asks, eventually protagonist, he doesn't want to say yes and not mean it. Eventually he's like, screw it. He says yes. Meichiko smiles, and that's really it. But then there's like there's like these poles that randomly appear around people during like folks or whatever. Then you have like some crab fried rice. Right there's like a big giant plate full of fried rice. Appears on top protagonist. Yeah. So the protagonist like eats all the fried rice, whatever. To play for laughs. So yeah, that was funny. The humor is really good. Decent. It's just a slice of life like a comedy series. That was interesting. Yeah, I thought that was a good episode. Looking forward to the next one. Well, that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.